We turn our attention now to the war between Russia and Ukraine, which is still of high international concern. Now, as the U.S. and Western powers seek an end to the war that is daily recorded heavy civilian casualties, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky is boasting of his army's success despite several Russian bombardments. We have details in this report.
The Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says his country has inflicted powerful blows and significant losses on the Russians. The mayor of Mariupol, one of Ukraine's cities that has suffered major attacks, says street fighting is taking place in the city center. French President Emmanuel Macron says he will hold talks with the Russian President Vladimir Putin about how to help the 100,000 people still trapped in the city of Mariupol. The evacuation plans is also to involve the assistance of Greece and Turkey. In its latest update, the UK Ministry of Defense says it is likely Russia will continue to use its heavy firepower on urban areas as it tries to limit its own losses at the cost of further civilian casualties. The Ministry of Defense says Russian forces seem to be proving reluctant to engage in large-scale urban infantry operations, rather preferring to rely on the indiscriminate use of air and artillery bombardments in an attempt to demoralize defending forces. The statement adds that Russian forces are besieging a number of major Ukrainian cities, including Kharkiv, Chernihiv, and Mariupol. The World Health Organization on its part says there have been more than 70 separate attacks on hospitals, ambulances, and doctors in Ukraine, with the number increasing on a daily basis. It insists the targeting of healthcare facilities is fast becoming part of the strategy and tactics of modern warfare. The WHO has reviewed and verified 72 separate attacks on healthcare facilities in Ukraine, causing at least 71 deaths and 37 injuries since the 24th of February. On the other side, the Polish border guard said today the number of people fleeing Ukraine for Poland has started to drop in recent days, with 30,500 crossing on Friday, bringing the percentage down to 6.4 from the previous day. More than 2.2 million people have crossed into Poland since the war began. Given daily morning update, Ukraine's General Staff of the Armed Forces says his country's troops are continuing to repel attacks by Russian forces in the capital city, Kiev. He says Russian forces are experiencing difficulties in replenishing quality personnel and shoring up losses suffered during the invasion, partly due to the impact of international sanctions. He also claims Russian equipment are in poor technical condition due to prolonged storage. However, this has not stopped Russia's continuing assaults and air raids, inflicting damage on Ukrainian forces. Russia's army says the first phase of its military campaign in Ukraine is over, and it will now focus on the eastern Donbas region. Western officials believe the announcement implies that Moscow knows its pre-war strategy has failed. As Russia continues to keep the heat up in Ukraine, Ukrainians remain clear on their stand. They do not want to live under Russian dictatorship.